up, Close the Nation? It's me again. There used to be this guy named Ray Stevens. He used to have this, he was goofy ass. He was like the original Weird Al, right? But he did it with country songs. And he used to have this song say, "It's me again, Margaret." And it was a song, now that I think about it, it's really, really weird. A song about him calling naked from a phone booth to a girl that he loved. Anyway, I just said, "It's me again, Stewman." And for some reason, the ADD kicked in and I went, Ray Stevens, we should just tell a story about some bullshit here. But hey, here we are. I'm glad that you're here. You're probably here because you want to learn about sales. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about attractive selling. And what I mean by that is, like, there is invasive selling, which you're sliding in people's DMs, you're cold calling people, you're knocking on their door, like you're invading their space. They were not thinking about buying your product, and they're just minding their own business, being good, productive citizens, and then you come in with the fuckery and buffoonery of trying to sell them some shit when they're just trying to be peaceful, right? I'm not shitting on salespeople, but that is invasive selling, and it may work on the older generation. It's not so good these days for the younger generation. I'm going to tell you today, teach you today how to create attractive selling, right? Which means to be able to get people to come to you, because in my opinion, as a prolific, I even have the word written on my wrist here, as a prolific salesperson, I would take inbound leads I would take inbound leads at a 10% commission rather than outbound leads at 100% commission. Okay? So in the position that I'm at today, even still, if I was to go take a sales job, I would take a inbound lead sales where they provided me with leads. I would take that for 90% less commission than me having to go out and get it, right? I'm just saying that because I know one of the benefits of being me is I know how to generate leads. So I play both of those roles and have in my life. But if I didn't have this talent that I'm about to teach you guys today, I would want to do inbound leads. And so that being said, my whole business is built on inbound leads. We have 90,000 buyers in our database right now. We've sold to over 103,000 people total since I've been in business. That's a lot of fucking people, right? And I say that because I never slid in anybody's DM and said, "Hey, buy my shit." I've never told anybody, "Let me coach you." I've never, I've never done anything like that in regards to this online business. I haven't. That's just not how I roll. I don't like when people do it to me, and I believe in the golden rule inside the Bible: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't like being high-pressured, bullshitted, and bothered when I'm trying to mind my own business, so I just don't do that to anybody else. I've treated the whole Apex movement that I run kind of like the Masons, in a sense, like the Masonic Lodge. They say to be one, you have to ask one. Like, Masons can't approach you. I'm not a Mason, just disclosure, but several, my grandfather, my dad, those guys are. And in order to be a Mason, they can't go out and prospect you. You have to ask them about being a Mason. There's a whole process to it. Many of you may be Masons and know this. And so I say that because I base my whole sales career around to do business with me, you have to ask me. And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, that's crazy, Ryan. You probably have given up billions of dollars in sales." And I might have, but I've done it my way, the way that I feel good at, the way that I can go to sleep at night, and the way that I know that I'm treating the people the way that I think that I may not be right, but at least the way that I think they want to be treated. And it's worked out pretty fucking well. I drove a brand new Porsche to work this morning. The second that I bought it, I had it customized. It doesn't look like anybody else's Porsche. And, that's just one of many cars and houses that I own. So this whole fucking inbound thing's working out pretty good, people. I'm just saying, it's not like I'm some loser trying to tell you guys some shit that don't work that I haven't practiced, okay? But before we get into this, you can be good at sales. You can be the attractive salesperson, the invasive salesperson, whatever the fuck you want to be. But if you don't have leads, you're going to go broke. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about what we're going to talk about today. Inbound leads is when you get to where people are coming to you, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. So if people are coming to you and you have people that want to talk to you about your business, you have a higher probability of converting them. It is a much more pleasant sales conversation to have, and it is a power move. If you can get people to want to do business with you and approach you without you having to invade on him, it's next level. One of the ways to do that is through social media. We're going to talk about that today. The way to capture leads through social media is with the website. Easiest way to make a website from your mobile phone with no tech skills required, from a company called phonesites.com, which is an amazing company that I own. We have I always fucking forget how you say them. We have these business cards. There's like they're pulse cards, but there's a fucking fancy word for them, like NFC cards, I think is what they're called. And anyway, it's a pulse card. You put it in front of your phone, website pulls up. You get all that shit for free. Just go to phonesites.com/closer. We teach you how to generate leads for free. We show you how in 10 minutes you can have a website up and running with an email follow-up sequence that's talking to your people on a regular basis. Like, dude, it is unreal technology. And I know what you're thinking. You think it's impossible? I'm not a tech person. I understand, Ryan. That's what it's saying. I'm too lazy to deal with tech, and there's no way that this tech can be as easy as you say it is. I fucking promise it is. I promise. Do I look like a tech guy to you? Huh? Do I look like Bill Gates to you? Do I look like I like technology? No, I made some shit for us, bro. I made some shit for us, dog. Some shit that regular people that are in a hurry, that got shit to do, can crank out something that's effective, that's got even artificial intelligence writing it for you. So you ain't even got to be smart to do this shit. You don't have to have skills or be smart to use this software. It's fucking amazing. phonesites.com/closer and get a free trial. All right, so let's talk about being a attractive salesperson, right? Attractive selling. And I'm going to break it down like this isn't a 2-hour show, so I can't tell you everything. I think rule number 1 is get as much knowledge as possible. Rule number 2 is don't share it with everybody, right? So I'm going to give you as much knowledge. We give you as much knowledge as possible in about 30 minutes or so. But you have to understand that this is just a foundation, right? This isn't a course. This is a free podcast. So this is just a foundation of what needs to be done. But so many of you are fucking up. Prolifically fucking up. You're fucking up your image. You're fucking up your brand. You're fucking up your reputation. You're just fucking up. And you don't know it because you think you're doing shit the right way. You know why? Because you ain't had somebody like your boy Stewman come in and straighten you out like we're going to do today. So let's talk about being what I call an attractive character. Okay, so we go to work in the sales force. We get in our cubicle. I'm just kidding. I never went in a cubicle. It's in a fucking corner office. Anyway, we go in our sales job and we have a uniform that we put on that makes us this attractive character. Typically, it's, you know, the Jake from State Farm uniform, right? The polo shirt with the, 3 buttons, 2 of them buttoned up, and a pair of khaki pants or a pair of what do they call those things when they're not slacks? You know, but they're not slacks. What the fuck? When they're khaki, they're like tan, but when they're blue pants, but they're that material, what the fuck they call those? Slacks. I think slacks are with a suit. Anyway, if you know the answer to that, please tell us. Back to the point here. You wear some fancy pants. That's what we're going to call them, right? Some knickerbockers. That's what you're putting on, right? You're just rolling around in some knickers. And you're just rolling around and you got your fancy pants on. And you have this uniform so that you're an attractive character so that when you show up to a sales meeting and you're in front of the other person, you're attractive to them, right? Like when I was a corporate salesperson in the mortgage business, I never showed up in I didn't have tattoos and stuff at that time because the attractive character that I needed to be for that job was a guy that wore a button-up shirt, long sleeves, a nice tag watch, a wedding ring, that kind of stuff. I looked like your classic banker, right? But that was my attractive character that I put on in real life. I had a nice car, I had a decent watch, I had like a $1,000 watch, I had like a button-up shirt that I would go from Kohl's. This was my game, and I'm gonna give you this game. I would go to Kohl's and I would buy all the shit, buy one, get 50% off. Then I would just take that shit to the tailor and I have them tailor make all the shit to fit me perfectly, and that might cost $20 a shirt. So now I got like $50 invested in a shirt that looks like a $200 shirt, and I got it from Kohl's. If I get a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying, Tim McGraw? So anyway, back to the point here. You put this attractive character thing on and you go meet people. But yet when you're online, when you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, social media, maybe not LinkedIn, but like, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you're not that attractive character. You're just like this fucking bum. That's silence for a minute to let that sit in. In real life, you do your hair, you brush your teeth. If you're a good salesperson, if you're a shitty person, you look like shit, smell like shit, and make shit, right? But if you're a good salesperson, you got fresh breath, fresh kicks, nice hair, took a shower this morning, probably went to the gym. The things that it's required of us to be successful, right? Some of y'all right now hating that I'm saying this shit. I'm just telling you, and then you wonder why you're not successful, right? But these things that are required of us, then when you look at them online, you look like shit. You look like the motherfucker with his hair disheveled, wearing pajamas, rolling through the Southwest Airlines fucking Spirit Terminal over at Love Field. Yeah, that's the fuck you look like. You got a picture of your favorite football team or some weird fucking selfie that you were too close to yourself or that you're looking down at it so they can see your double chin and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Then you say rude shit to people because you don't have a picture of your face on there. You think nobody can look up your fucking name and address and figure out where the hell you're at and send you a bag of dog shit in the mail. But you fucking people, these fucking people, maybe not you people, but these fucking people, they don't understand that. We got to be attractive everywhere. Because let me tell you what, you go meet somebody with that fucking suit and tie on, you know what happens? You know what happens? As soon as you leave, wonder what this motherfucker's talking about on social media. Is this motherfucker a Biden supporter? Does he like Trump, right? Does he believe that all lives matter, or is he a Black Lives Matter guy, right? They want to know this shit. Oh, does he have 5-star reviews or 1-star review? You know, which way politically do you lean? What religion are you? How do you talk? Are you They want to know these things about you. You might think, oh, they just met me and they think I'm the shit. No, they Googling your ass. You know how I know? Because you do the same thing. Somebody tells you, hey, man, you really need to meet this person. You're like, look them up. What's their social? That's what we do. That's what we do. If you look somebody up in your social, you're like, the social gave me nothing. And really, some of you are like, well, I don't want to put my life out there. So what the fuck are you doing that you're hiding it? Your life's on camera anyway. Have you not driven down the street? There's cameras on every fucking stop sign, every building, every house. Your life's on fucking camera anyway, motherfucker. Whatever you're doing is eventually going to get pulled out into the light anyway, baby. You might as well tell a story. So let me talk to you. The attractive character. Okay, let's just for today's episode brought to you by Ryan Stewman. For today's episode, let's just talk about Facebook in general. And you think, oh, well, I don't really fuck with Facebook. Well, that's how you fucking up, youngsters. Okay? Because you know what? You broke young motherfuckers are all on TikTok, right? Y'all trying to buy $20 products and little fucking booty pants and stretch leggings and all this like fucking shit from TikTok. That's fine. But real motherfuckers sell insurance, cars, fucking real estate, financial planning, like the big money shit, hedge fund, raising capital, business, like the real motherfuckers with money that are doing those things. Because like, let's be real. If you're selling some $20 widgets, that's like entry level shit. I'm not shitting on anybody's business. Hear me out, right? That's some entry level shit, right? You got to run ads, match your stuff. But if you're selling insurance, you got to be somebody that can explain how fucking insurance works to somebody. If you're selling mortgages, you got to explain to somebody how the financial system works according to the bond market so that you can get mortgage-backed securities at an interest rate for the next 30 years locked in. Like, you have to be smart to sell this shit, and it takes a while to get wisdom in order to sell this shit. So I say that because on Facebook, the average person on there is between 35 and 60 years old. And guess what? A lot of broke motherfuckers in their 20s, but those broke motherfuckers in their 20s turn 35. They got 15 years of earning money. So you over here trying to be popular, doing booty fucking dances to popular songs on TikTok, wondering why you ain't making no goddamn money in your real estate business. Meanwhile, you're abandoning Facebook, which is where all the fucking buyers with money are, because that's our generation. I'm 42 years old, about to be 43 years old next month. Our generation came up on Facebook. We're still there. My friends all the time is like, damn, you're still on Facebook? Yeah, I made $9 million fucking dollars from it so far this year without running a single ad, mind you. Yeah, I fucking said that. Yeah, I'm still fucking on it. I was on it last year when I made $7 million from Facebook. And this year ain't even over with. We're already ahead of it. So, yeah, I believe in it. So, that being said, let's talk about how to become the attractive character on Facebook. First of all, you have to understand that when you leave a comment on someone's post, doesn't matter who it is, could be a media post, a person's post, people read your comment and they scroll over your face and the little thing pops up. Right? And it says who you are, where you work, where you live, that kind of shit. Just a little pop-up when they scroll over your deal. That's that first impression. That right there is the equivalent of somebody saying, hey, meet my friend Ryan. Okay? Whoever's post that was is a third-party introduction to you because somebody was reading that and they hovered over your shit. Poof, this is who I am. That's your first impression. Do you want your first impression to be a picture of a fucking dog or a mascot or a team, or a kid? Let me tell you what, when people got pictures of their kids, just their kids alone in their profile picture, and they slide in my fucking DMs and ask me questions, I block those motherfuckers. You know why? Because you're not going to catch me doing some weird shit, Chris Hansen. I'm not into that, motherfuckers. I'm not fucking talking to kids. I don't sell to kids. I don't got nothing for kids in my business. I'm not fucking communicating with kids online. So if you got a picture of a fucking baby or a kid as your profile, I'm going to assume that you're fucking doing something with kids, and I don't fucking nothing to do with you. I run fucking charity, or I donate massive amounts of charity to stop kid trafficking. The last thing I want to do is talk to fucking one of them online and wind up on one of those forums by accident. So fuck that shit, right? So a lot of people feel the same way I do about that, including Chris Hansen, right? Which is why, first of all, put a picture of you. Now, first of all, I'm going to say some shit that's going to hurt your feelings. Should I tell them? I should, shouldn't I? If you fucking ugly, do something about it, motherfucker. If you don't like the way that you look, it is 2022. You could get your ass in the fucking gym. You could get a facelift. You could get Botox. You could get a fucking better shave. You could get a better haircut. You could get an eye lift. You could get a whatever the fuck you want. If you're fucking ugly, it's your fault. If you're fucking ugly, it's a reflection about, like, if you see yourself, because ugly is in the eye of the beholder, right? But if you see yourself as ugly and you don't want to take a picture online, imagine how motherfuckers feel when they see you in person. They just ain't got the balls to tell you. I love you. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't think you look good, you need to do something about it. And I don't mean complain. You fucking Stewman told me I'm ugly. I don't even know who the fuck you are. I'm talking to a camera, right? If this offends you, right? If it's for me, score me, baby. But I'm telling you, if you don't like the way that you look, do something about that. I didn't like the way that I used to look. You know what I did? I got in the gym. I weighed 120 pounds. I've been in the gym for 22 fucking years trying to fight anorexia. You know? Really. You should see my kids. They're skinny as fuck. I'm like a good salesperson with skinny kids right there. That's how I grew up. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I did something about it. You know, my face is naturally angry looking. I'm a really nice guy, but you probably don't think that. You probably think I'm an asshole. I'm a really nice guy, but my voice and my face is angry. Well, I did something. I got Botox, man. It raised my eyebrows just a little bit, so I didn't look like I want to kill you. I just look like I might want to harm you, right? Big difference. You know what I'm saying? In perception when you meet me in a dark alley and I've been drinking late at night. So I say all that because if you ugly, it's your fault. We see people every day. You know, Fat Joe was in here the other day, and he's not so fat anymore. You know, he's more like, you know, Big Joe. And he said he saw himself in the mirror enough to where he didn't like it. He did something about it. I seen Jelly Roll the other day. He said he's tired of looking the way that he looks, and he's put down. He's lost 30 pounds in the last month, man. Proud of these guys, right? They see that, and you think, oh, I don't have time. Well, you know what? You probably got plenty of time because you're not making sales because you're not the attractive character. Nothing's worse than a salesperson that shows up looking like shit, that don't take care of themselves, that smells like fucking burnt coffee and cigarettes, trying to help you buy something. Fuck. I hate that for you, you know? Fuck. That would be the first, like, I know this bullshit movie that really sucks if you ever seen the movie, Glengarry Glen Ross, really fucking shitty movie. But there's that one scene, right, where they say coffee is for closers. That's from like the 80s, bro. We drinking Monster and Mio and water and shit now. Like coffee smells like shit, you know? It does. If you breathing heavy on somebody with some coffee, you might as well have had a shit sandwich for breakfast because nobody want to fucking smell that, okay? That's me channeling my inner Bradley. I'm going fucking hard on this episode. So back to the point. Put a fucking good picture of yourself, okay? Now, the second thing is, well, I don't like the way that I look, and I'm going to do something about it, Ryan, but it's not going to happen overnight. Cool. Show people your transformation, right? Take your picture now. Take your ugly picture now, and when you fix it 6 months from now, go, hey, man, I've been working on something. Here's my updated profile picture. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're a winner. They love you for that shit. People love it when people overcome adversity, you know? So when you get to that, you got that picture. Listen, the other side of that, while you're waiting, if you ugly, and I'm just joking about this half-heartedly, but if you consider yourself ugly, then go to a good photographer and have them do like Photoshop shit where you clear out your acne or you get your chiseled bone. They can make you look fucking better for the time being, right? But also I would suggest don't catfish motherfuckers, right? I remember I went to my very first speaking gig. I've told the story 100 times on here. My very first speaking gig was in Virginia. I talked to this lady for 30 minutes thinking she was the mother of the person that had paid me to be there because she had like photoshopped and filtered her shit so much that she looked like 30 years younger. So don't do that to people, right? Nothing's worse than showing up to meet a real estate agent going, you 100 years old? You look 20 in that fucking picture online. What the fuck? And again, I'm not an ageist, but I'm just saying it's like a shocking factor when you expect me to show up and it's my old man. I'm just saying, right? So you got your picture, profile picture. Now what about your timeline picture, your background picture overall, right? Like a lot of people, here's what they do. They put something about their business, you know, click here, opt in here. I'm a coach, whatever the fuck you do, you know, insurance salesman, whatever. Just put something about you. Picture of you in your car, picture you and your dog, picture you and your family, picture something you like. It's something that represents you. Like for me, when you show up on my page, is my profile picture is a picture of me and my wife holding hands walking on the beach. Okay, it's a picture of my family in my timeline background picture. It's just a picture of me and my family. Although I'm a business guy and a salesman, when you show up on my profile, I want you to know that I'm a human being first. I'm a real fucking person. I'm not just here to sell you something. Like when I was a full-time salesman in the mortgage business, like, hey, whether you choose me or not, call me, I'll help you. If your guy that you decided to go with, if he screws up and you need somebody to fix it, even though I'm not your guy, I'll still do that for you, right? I always want to just be a real person first, a helpful person. So that first impression is like, oh, he's not a flashy, here's all this shit. You're going to find out I'm flashy as fuck, right? But on the first impression, you're just going to see, and I don't mean to be flashy, it's just who I am. But you're going to see that like, oh, he's a regular dude with clearly only one fucking t-shirt, right? That's got to be, some people's guys got all that money and can't buy more than one shirt, right? So, but that's the impression for you. You want a good picture of yourself. And if you have a beautiful wife or if you're a lady, leave your husband out of it. If you're a dude and you got a beautiful wife, put her in the picture, your profile picture with you. That way they ain't gonna look at you anyway. They gonna click on her. I'm just telling you because women get an 86% pull-through rate, not a pull-out rate. 86% pull-through rate, click-through rate. Oh, damn, I didn't even say the right word. That led to a great joke. But a click-through rate. So that being said, now the next thing is the information about you. There's a little blurb right there that says intro. Mine says greatness extractor. Mine says CEO, investor, greatness extractor. We are Apex, right? And like I think before that it said my mission is, they made it shorter, but you say I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible become the greatest version of themselves, right? Like just a little like, hey, I'm Ryan Stewman. What do you do? Hey, I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible become the greatest version. So, hey, Ryan, what do you do? I'm a CEO, an investor, and a greatness extractor. Nice to meet you, right? For years it might be family guy, Christian, mom, whatever the hell, right? Doesn't matter. But just put something there, though, is what I'm getting at. And you can change it as much as you want. You can change your pictures as much as you want. I change mine. I have 4 family photo shoots a year. And when they come out to shoot the photos or we meet them on site to shoot the photos, right? And the family photos like $1,000. So we spend, $50,000 a year on photos, but it's partly my business. And you might do it cheaper. I'm hiring some of the best of the best to do this shit because I'm playing at a different level, obviously branding them most. But I have them come out. They take pictures. And then I have them take some pictures of me, and then I have them take some pictures of me and my wife and me and the kids. And now I've got, a whole bunch of pictures that I can rotate through my profiles for, the next 3 months. So if I'm changing my profile picture once a month, I got a whole bunch of pictures to choose from and everything else. So maybe you get 2 done a year, 2 family photos, or even 1. I don't care. But the reason why we do it quarterly is because, I got to have updated shit. That's just the business that I'm in. So background picture, profile picture, intro. Underneath there, here's what people do when they get to know you. They say, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? Are you married? What else do they ask? That's it, right? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? Are you married? That's like literally all they give a shit about, okay? So Facebook's already told them your name. In that section right there underneath your intro, you need to have one job. Listen, I own all or a part of over 60 companies, okay? I got 650 apartment doors, 9 residential doors, 150 something restaurants, 5 software companies, seminar company, company for this, metaverse trap lord, landlord company. I got fucking everything, okay? And I could list all of those things in Facebook and be like, look at me and all my fucking glory and jobs, man. But like if you met me, like last night was out on date night. This guy came up. He was talking to the guys next to us, introduced himself, said his name was Riley, really handsome fella from like Texas Tech, young guy. And he said, well, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm in the software business. Oh, awesome. Cool. What kind of software? Phone sites. And I could have said anything. I could have said, well, man, I own a software business. I own a car business. I own a lawn business. I own a pool business. I'm a plumber. I'm an electrician. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. You know what I mean? I could have fucking had that conversation, but I'd have lost him. He's like, first of all, when you tell people you do all this shit, they're like, he full of shit. Because a normal person can't fathom a person like you and I. Okay? They can't fathom that we can do multi things because they barely fucking got their life together with one. All right? So, one job. Right? And you should stick to that. Anytime somebody asks you what you do for a living, don't tell them 10 things. You lost them, right? They're like, oh, this motherfucker got ADD. No, one job. You're from one city, okay? In my case, I've just put Dallas. Just Dallas is the area. Like if I put that I lived in Leonard, Texas, you fucking people don't know where the hell that is anyway. And you'd be like, well, where the fuck is this guy? Blah, blah. So I just put Dallas, okay? Right? Because that's where my office is. That just makes sense. Oh, he's from Dallas. And if anybody asks, it's Stewman from Dallas anyway, right? And then I put that I'm married, okay? And it has Amy tagged on there. The one last section that matters is your website. I have the Apex website there, and I alternate that out. I just moved that to my ryanstewman.com so people could book me to speak and stuff there. So, but that section, keep it simple. One job, one spouse, one city, one website. That's it. Bam. Now, that's all it takes to build the foundation of the attractive character online. Now let's talk about what you're posting on that page. Now that you've got it all set up and everything, and I'm not talking about a business page you go start a site. I'm talking about the one you're actively using right now. You're going to replace these pictures and set it up just like I told you if you want to make some money, if you want people to come your way. But now let's talk about what's going to attract them. When you leave a comment and they scroll over your face, they see that you got one job, you're from Dallas, Texas, they go to your page and they want to see what you're talking about. Are you talking about politics? Are you talking about negative shit? Are you empowering people? Are you depowering people? What are you doing? And so you want to make sure that you're talking about the things your audience wants to talk about too, right? You don't want to go on Facebook and you sell to interior designers, okay? Well, you don't want to go on Facebook and talk about sports all the time, right? Most interior designers, in my experience, aren't big sports fans, you know? Everyone that I've ever hired has been a woman, and I'm not saying women don't like sports, but they were into other hobbies as opposed to sports. So if I'm always talking about sports, that's mostly a man thing, okay? I'm not genderfying anything for you weirdos out there always trying to cancel motherfuckers, but I'm saying sports is predominantly male if you look at the statistics, right? They didn't even start letting female anchors on the field until recently, right, in the last couple of years. So it's predominantly a male sport. So if I'm talking about male-dominated stuff and the majority of interior designers might happen to be women and I'm talking about male-dominated stuff, how much of the audience am I losing out on because they're not able to communicate with me because they're not interested in the shit that I'm talking about? You might be interested in sports and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're online to attract people to you to find out what you do for a living. You know why I drive a Lamborghini? So that people pull up to me and they say, man, what the fuck do you do for a living? I'm glad you asked. I own a software company. And even somebody like you can make a website in 10 minutes with no skills. Well, I'm just a homeless person. I know. That's why I drive that car for. Because people ask me, I'm at Capitol Grill last night. Man, what do you do for a living? I own a software company, right? Notice I keep saying the same fucking thing. I don't say I own a mastermind network. You know why? Because they say, what the fuck is that, right? But I say I own a software company. It's like, oh, Lambo software company makes sense, right? So once you set up this profile, it's important that you choose to post about the things that the audience wants to talk about, okay? What would interior designers want to talk about? You know, maybe the latest line from Rustic Hardware, right? Maybe the latest design in buildings and architecture that's going up in the city, county, state that you live in. These are the kind of things that would attract them to engage with you and then slide in your DMs, not with dick pics, but with requests for business. All right. So if you got something from this and you're going to go set up your attractive profile, here's what I want from you. Okay. I want you to go set up your attractive profile on Facebook and I want you to screenshot it on your mobile phone. And then I want you to share it on Instagram and tag me at Hardcore Closer. I will reshare it for you. That's it. I don't give a fuck if 1 million of you do it. I'll fucking reshare it for you. But I am going to say that it is going to be the first week of September when this is released. I'm going to share them through October. If you listen to this after October, thank you for participating and changing your profile, but you're shit out of luck on me sharing it because I'm going to have to put an expiration on this or I will be sharing these for the rest of my fucking life. But thank you for listening. And that is the great thing about a podcast is this thing will be out for the rest of my life for people to listen to forever. And in the future, they'll be like, that Stewman guy was on to something. He was trying to tell us some shit. And some of y'all going to be like, I should have listened to him. And for the rest of us, rise above.